Well, folks, this is it. This is the last part of my Star Trek The Original Series VHS Collection Update 2023 edition. When we last left off in part 4, I stopped at the episode, Is There in Truth No Beauty? Alright, so let's continue on. Here's the next episode, Spectra of the Gun. Episode 56 in this series. Air date, October 25th, 1968. Start date, 4385.3. Recognize the voice of the warning Bowie. That's James Scotty Doohan. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. 17th week of 1988. And it's got this sticker underneath there. So this will probably have the widescreen of death and moaning sound at the end. Let me bring this camera down some. This tape still uses the 1987 tape map. Actually, this is the 1987 tape because it has the multi-color changing warning screen, the 1987 Paramount 75th anniversary logo, and start of the episode, Spectra of the Gun. For some bizarre reason, at the end of this episode, it shows the next voyage preview for the Omega Glory. That's incorrect. The correct one is Day of the Dove. And this also has the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo at the end. Next, here's Day of the Dove. Episode 66 in the series. Rest in peace to Michael and Sarah, who was in this episode. Air date, November 1st, 1968, start date unknown. That's when the Enterprise, Kane blames Kirk for destroying the colonies. And they found out that the Klingon ship got a trouble aboard. And the Enterprise destroyed the Klingon, the Klingon battlecruiser. Excuse me, I messed it up this time. This is the only episode with a female Klingon. Yep, However, we won't see her again. We won't see a female Klingon until Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, and the episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, which is The Emissary. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. Judging by this is the print date of May 8th, 1989. And this is printed in the 37th week of 1993. Because judging by this holographic sticker, this is a later printing because it has the sticker underneath there. So this is definitely a recycle tape because obviously this does not have anything at the end. Yep. So this is a 1993 reprint. But it still uses the 1988 tape master. It has the warning screen, the 1988 Paramount Picture videotape variant, and start of the episode. At the end, shows the next voyage preview for The World is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky. And it has the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo at the end. Here's For the World is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky. This is episode 65. Air date November 8th, 1968. Start date 5476.3. One of the best McCoy stories ever. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. 16th week of 1991. There's the Moaning Sound Only barcode. And this is a 1988 tape master. It has the multi-color changing warning screen. The 1988 Paramount Television videotape variant without the 75th anniversary, which is the 1987 logo, and start of the episode. At the end, it shows the next voyage preview for the Tholian Web and the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. Next, here's the Tholian Web, episode 64 in this series. Air date November 15th, 1968. Start date 5693.4. And there's the Enterprise caught in the web. The voice of the Tholian ship is Barbara Babcock. Here's the sticker label, and here's the end label. Unfortunately, there is absolutely no week and year code on this tape whatsoever. But this still uses the 1988 tape master because it has the multi-color changing warning screen, the 1987 Paramount Picture logo in videotape without the 75th anniversary variant, and start of the episode. At the end, shows the next voyage preview for Platos Stepchildren and the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo, distorted version, and that's it. Next, here's Platos Stepchildren, episode 67 in this series. Air date November 22nd, 1968. Start date 5784.0. Oops. September 23rd, 1990. And it's printed in the 15th week of 1990. And judging by this is also definitely a recycled tape, because this does not have anything at the end. This has the multi-color changing warning screen. Then it goes to the slide, and then it slideshow to the 1987 standard Paramount Pictures logo in videotape without the 75th anniversary variant, and started Platos Stepchildren. At the end, shows the next voyage preview for A Wink of the Eye. And it has the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. Next, here's Wink of the Eye, episode 68 in the series. Air date November 29th, 1968. Start date 5710.5. September 22nd, 1991, and it's printed in the 40th week of 1991. This tape is actually the same print date is on my 1991 this tape is printed on when Full House celebrating its 5th season on the air. 4th year. This still has the 1988 standard Paramount Picture logo and videotape. Then it goes to the next voyage, then it started the episode. And it shows the next voyage preview for the Empath and the 1968 Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo at the end. Next, here's The Empath, episode 63 in the series. Air date December 6, 1968, stardate 5121.0. Rest in peace to Catherine Hayes, who was in this episode. She was on the soap series As the World Turns. '16th week of 1989. Actually, it's 1988. My bad. This has the Paramount Standard logo from 1988 in videotape after the multicolored changing warning screen. Then it goes to the next voyage preview for the Elad Troyes. And at the end, shows the 1968 Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. Then, here's the Elad Troyes, episode 57 in the series. Air date December 20th, 1968. Stardate 4372.5. Guest star Francis Nyan. And Dr. McCoy was too late to find a cure. And this is a 1989 reprint. '16th week of 1991. But this still uses the 1988 standard Paramount Television videotape variant at the beginning, after the multicolored changing warning screen. Then it goes to the start of the Elad Troyes. At the end, shows the next voyage preview for Whom Gods Destroy, and the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. I'm going to be right back because my battery's about to die, so I'm going to charge it up. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Now I charge up my camera with my battery. Let me move this tape some. There we go. Let's continue. Here's Whom Gods Destroy, episode 71 in this series. Air date January 3rd, 1969, stardate 5718.3. Rest in peace to Yvonne Craig, who is in this episode. Oops. Here's the sticker label. Here's the end label. October 24th, 1990. And it's printed in the 14th week of 1990. So we all know what this will have at the end. And this still uses the 1988 Tape Master because it has the multicolored changing warning screen. Then the 1987 standard Paramount Picture logo without the 75th anniversary variant, and stardate episode Whom Gods Destroyed. At the end, it shows the next voyage preview for Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, and the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo at the end. I forgot to mention Platos Stepchildren. That episode was banned on BBC 2 because it has the interracial kiss. However, BBC solved it, and episode was finally resolved around 1992 or 1999. This is one of my favorite episodes in this series, Platos Stepchildren. Great episode. Next, here's Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, episode 70 in the series. January 10th, 1969. Stardate 5730.2. Listen closely to the destruct sequence in this episode. It was used the word for word again in Star Trek III: The Search for Spock. December 2nd, 1988, and it's printed in the 48th, the 48th week of 1988. And once again, we all know what this will have at the end. And this still has the original Masters. Then it goes to the next voyage preview for the Mark of Gideon and the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. Next, here's the Mark of the Gideon. Episode 72 in the series. Air date January 17th, 1969. Start date 5423.4. The print date is messed up. So the week in year code is the 15th week of 1991, to be exact. April 17th, 1991. There we go. So we all know what this will have at the end. It has the next voyage preview for That Which Survives and the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. But it also has the multicolor changing warning screen and the 1988 videotape Paramount Picture logo. Next, That Which Survives. Episode 69 in the series. Air date January 24th, 1969. Start date unknown. Guest star Lee Merriweather, as best known to play Catwoman in Batman. '16th week of 1988. This has the multicolored changing warning screen, the 1988 videotape Paramount Picture logo, and start of the episode. At the end, shows the next voyage preview for Lights of Zatar and the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo at the end. Now on a sci-fi broadcast, the end credits of the original series has some very odd pitch at the end. I remember that. Next, The Lights of Zatar, episode 73 in this series. January 31st, 1969, start date 5725.3. This was written by Jeremy Tarcher and Sherry Lewis, from the same Sherry Lewis who created Lantrop and Charlie Horse. Here's the sticker label. There we go. Look like a print date for March 30th, 1991. So it's printed in the 14th week of 1991. So we all know what this will have at the end. This has the preview for Requiem for Methuselah and the Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo at the end. But it also has the Paramount Television videotape variant at the beginning and the multi-color changing warning screen. Next, Requiem for Methuselah, episode 76 in this series. Air date February 14th, Valentine's Day, 1969. Start date 5843.7. James Daly. There we go. April 3rd, 1991, and it's printed in the 15th week of 1991. Once again, we all know what this will have at the end. This still uses the 1988 Tape Master, and it has the next voyage preview for The Way to Eden and the 1968 Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo at the end. But it also has the multi-color changing warning screen and the 1988 Paramount Picture logo in videotape. Next is The Way to Eden. Focus, camera. Focus. Oh boy, there we go. Episode 75 in the series. Air date, February 21st, 1969. Guest stars Skip Homier, Charles Napier, Mary Linda Rappai. Watch for a rare jam session with Spock playing his Vulcan harp. Kirk warned him not to touch the apple, the poison apple. And this is probably the last episode to feature Elizabeth Palmer. Yes, Lieutenant Palmer's. '16th week of 1988. Actually, it's 1989. And it's got the sticker underneath there. So this will probably have the widescreen of death and moaning sound. And this still uses the 1988 Paramount Picture videotape variant. Then it goes to the start of the episode, The Way to Eden. Then it shows the next voyage preview for the Cloudminders, the 1968-1969 Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. But this also has the multi-color changing warning screen and the 1988 videotape Paramount Picture logo. Here's the Cloudminder, episode 74 in the series. Air date, February 28th, 1969. Start date, 5818.4. And this was written by David Gerald, who also co-written The Trouble with Tribbles. And these glasses, they're also reused in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. The print date is a bit messed up here. Yep. But it's printed in the 15th week of 1991. Let me make it out for you. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, the print date is messed up. So we all know what this will have at the end. It has the multi-color changing warning screen, the 1988 Paramount Picture videotape variant, and start the episode. At the end, shows the next voyage preview for the Savage Curtain and the 1968-1969 Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. On to the last four. The Savage Curtain, episode 77 in this episode. Air date, March 7th, 1969, start date 5906.4. The first appearances of Kalis. And it was Genghis Khan, and I forgot who these are. It looks like this evil rock creature, which reminds me of that rock creature was also going to be planned for Star Trek V, but it was ultimately scrapped due to writer's strike of '88. '15th week of 1991. This has the multi-color changing warning screen at the beginning with the 1988 videotape Paramount Picture logo on the start of this episode. At the end, it shows the trailer for All of Our Yesterdays and the 1969 Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. yellow split box 1 logo. Then we got all of our yesterdays, episode 78 in the series. Air date March 14th, 1969. Start date 5943.7. And this is also a 1991 tape, but it's a 1993 reprint and still in sealed. But this episode has the multicolor changing warning screen, the 1988 Paramount Picture logo and videotape, and start the episode All of Our Yesterday. At the end, shows the last voyage preview for the Turnabout Intruders and the 1968 Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo. And finally, here it is. Turnabout Intruder. The Swan Song episode. Episode 79. Air date June 3rd, 1969. Start date 5928.5. This episode was originally planned on March 24th, but is preempted by NBC due to President Eisenhower's funeral. Here's the sticker label. 1991 reprint. 24th week of 1991. This still uses the 1988 tape master. Then it's got with the multi-color changing warning screen, the 1988 Paramount Picture logo, and started episode. For some bizarre reason, at the end, shows the next voyage preview for Way to Eden. But the Laserdisc release does not have any preview. And it has the 1968 Paramount Television Split Box 1 logo at the end. And finally, Star Trek, The Cage All-Color Collector's Edition. Episode 99. For some reason it says 99, but it's incorrect. It's listed episode 80. Air date for this doesn't say, but I can tell it's from October 15th, 1988. It was aired on the Star Trek part of the Star Trek saga from one generation to the next. Here's the sticker label. 1991 reprint, the end label. September 27th, 1991. Printed in the 40th week of 1991. So we all know what this will have at the end. And this still uses the 1989 tape master. It has the multi-color changing warning screen, the 1988 videotape Paramount Picture logo, and start of the color episode The Cage. At the end, it has the Desilu logo, 1965 copyright, and the 1988 videotape Paramount Picture logo. This episode, The Cage, the color episode, was found by the film archivist in 1987. Yep. And both versions can be available on DVD and Blu-ray. Well, there you have it. That's it for my entire Star Trek The Original Series VHS collection update. Make sure to like this video, give it a thumbs up. Shout out goes to the Cinematic Otaku. Thank you for watching, and remember, always live long and prosper.